Well, welcome back to Up with KREM. It's our town, our time, our team, and it's game day on KREM 2. We want to thank you for joining us here on Up with KREM as we're only in the second round of the NCAA tournament, but everyone is still talking about the Zags. The men's team flew through their first round, defeating Norfolk State, and now they're taking on Oklahoma this morning at 11:40 a.m., only on KREM 2. The Gonzaga women's team also enters the big dance today. Their first game is set for this afternoon at 1. We'll have the highlights on KREM today at 2. Meanwhile, March of Madness, just in general, picks back up at 9 right here on KREM 2. Jeremy, my bracket is hot trash. How's yours?
Like 3/4 garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's bad. It's just not like the end of the world.
I was texting Jeremy a lot of trash heading into the first game because I said North Carolina was going to beat Wisconsin. No, that wasn't even close. You
know what I love, though? I love that my just disdain for Ohio State as a fellow Big Ten school paid off.
Yeah, so just to let everyone at home know, Jeremy was very happy with that game, and he texted me thrilled.
Yeah.
And you know what? They lost to Oral Roberts, the team that has really kind of been making a huge statement so far in this tournament. But there are a lot more statements to be made. That's what we're all excited about. We're hoping Gonzaga continues to make bigger statements today.
Yeah. Little hometown pride, little hometown fun. At 11:40, I don't watch sports, but you know where I'm going to be? I'm going to be watching
TV.
Sports. Oh, yeah, for
That's
sure.
Right.
For sure. Let's get you outside, though. Kind of interesting early on this morning. It's cold. There's no doubt about it. We're sitting at 34 degrees right now, but you factor in that wind, and it feels quite a bit cooler. My big old ears are going, ooh, it's chilly out here. We've got a little snow coming down right now, but I don't think we're in the heart of it just yet. And I think that wind is going to be the factor that really plays a role in what we wind up seeing. You can see at the airport we are now recording a little bit of snow. Winds out of the south-southwest at about 18 miles per hour, gusting to 25 and even close to 30 miles per hour at times. So we are keeping a very close eye on it because that's going to play a role in what we see in terms of snow here. Over in Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint, you've been in the snow for a little while longer and you're going to expect a little more to pile up. But with the wind continuing for us here in Spokane, it's going to be kind of difficult to get any to pile up. You factor in how warm the ground is, it's just not sticking to the streets. You don't really have to worry about it. You know, we talk about getting those snow tires and studs off. You're still fine. If you have those summer tires on, you're totally okay. We're talking more of the impacts of wet roads out of this one. You can see the snow spreading its way back to the west early on this morning. It really starts to spread across the region and it comes down. But despite that, it really doesn't pile up. I think the grassy surfaces of South Hill might take the brunt of this one, and that's really about it. Our snow level is going to be right about at 2,300 feet, which is the elevation I'm standing at right here on top of South Hill. So this is kind of it. Downtown, I don't think you have to worry about any sort of accumulation. We eventually start clearing out and drying out as we head into the day on Tuesday. But today, it's kind of a snowy to rainy day as temperatures climb into the mid and upper 40s. That's warm enough to melt what falls today, so once again, snow, but I'm not worried about it.
Well, if you're not worried about it, I'm not worried about it. Well, hey, don't be dropping your stuff, Jeremy. That's expensive.
I know. They tell me that every time.
Okay, 6:02 this morning as Jeremy gathers up his pride and comes back inside. All of Washington is moving into phase 3 today of the state reopening plan. That means the state's relaxing coronavirus restrictions for indoor spaces. Restaurants and movie theaters can now have up to 50% occupancy. There can also be up to 400 people allowed at indoor and outdoor activities. That means there will be fans at the Mariners game for opening day in just 10 days. It also includes concerts and high school graduations. But of course, after a year of closures and cancellations, parents and athletes now have plenty of reason to be excited because in phase 3, fans are also now allowed to attend those sporting events. Nicole Hernandez joins us live this morning. Nicole, walk us through how parents can once again get excited about their kids playing under the Friday night lights.
Yeah, Joshua, so such exciting news here, but check it out. I'm actually right in front of the tennis courts here at Ferris High School. You can see right behind this fence line here is where students come out to play and practice, of course. If you're driving down regal here, goodness. You can always see students out during the school day practicing, playing, running around the courts. Exciting, of course, but now those students are going to be able to show off their skills to their fans and their friends and their family. That's because Washington leaders did announce that for high school and youth sports, they can have people in the stands at 25% capacity. Now, the new rule started last week, just before the state entered phase 3. The Greater Spokane League said each school in its league will communicate to families how they can register or sign up to get into the stands. The league's director said some schools may use a ticket system or online pre-registration. However, capacity in the stands will be different from stadium to stadium.
I'm really looking forward to being able to see my senior who's in the pep band, see his face light up when he plays with them. And just to be able to see my kid, I can't even find his number from outside the chain link fence when he's playing football. So I'm looking forward to being able to actually see him play.
The GSL says guests will, of course, have to wear masks and social distance, and depending on the school stadium, rows or seats might be marked off for social distancing. Of course, very exciting for parents and families to be able to do that. Again, hopefully this spring weather starts coming together for us so that it makes it a little bit better. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Here at 6:04, also starting today, Washington will move away from its regional system in the reopening plan and back to a county-based system. Previously, all of Eastern Washington was evaluated together, but next month it's going back to county by county. The state will also evaluate counties every 3 weeks compared to 2. And the first assessment is planned for April 12th. 6:05 now, time for your morning rush. More news in less time. This morning, a man is recovering from life-threatening injuries after a shooting in Spokane Valley. Police received a call Sunday afternoon of a man who had been shot near North Pines Road and East Sprague. According to police, a man and woman got into an altercation with the man in the Walgreens parking lot. The man and woman are currently detained, but police say the victim is not cooperating. Anyone who has any information about the incident is asked to call Crime Check at the number on your screen. Spokane police have released body camera footage of the fire at St. Charles Parish. The video you can see on your screen right now shows the moments just after they responded to, and the responding officer woke up the priest who lives on campus. That priest had just come back from visiting family in Argentina, and he had slept through the fire alarms. SPD Major Crimes Unit is now investigating the fire as a possible arson. The church did remain closed for Mass this weekend, and the school suffered extensive damage. The school was canceled on Thursday and Friday, and the school does say they're in touch with parents about what the future looks like for students. A Washington State Patrol trooper is recovering this morning after being struck by a pickup truck over the weekend. Take a look at this scene right now as the trooper responded to an abandoned vehicle facing the wrong direction when the incident happened. The trooper suffered injuries to his neck, back, and ankle, and it happened on Snoqualmie Pass on Sunday morning. The driver of the pickup has an arm injury as well, but WashDOT has not released a cause of the crash. The deadline to remove studded tires is coming up fast, as Washington DOT says all studded tires must be removed by the end of the day, March 31st. Then starting April 1st, drivers with studded tires could face a fine of $136. WashDOT is not extending the studded tire deadline this year, but crews will continue to monitor roads and will work to clear any late season snow or ice. A new playground at Riverfront Park is opening this spring. We're getting some of the pictures right now from Riverfront's Instagram page, and the theme of the playground is Ice Age floods, since they're responsible for sculpting the unique geography throughout our region. Riverfront Park says the goal of the playground is to create an exciting, safe, and dynamic place for kids to play. That's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM on social media. Still to come here this morning, a local artist is using his talent to help the homeless community in our area. You've probably seen his work around town, might not have even known it. But after the break, we'll talk with him about how his outreach project began.
You want to know what my bracket looks like? I found it. It's a little crumpled, water soaked and busted. But coming up, we're going to do something I'm a lot better at, and that's let you know what to expect as we kick off the work week in terms of weather.